we'll get started here with Mike Clemens.
Hi, Christian. Welcome to Green Bay.
How you doing, Mike? Appreciate you having me.
So tell us where you are today. And, I saw an interview that you did last December at the end of the Browns season. And, you sensed the frustration of 6 years of turnover there. You put so much into it off the field, too. Your community involvement is outstanding. So tell us about the segue from that and then you and your agent's decision to come to Green Bay.
Well, obviously, starting my career off in the state and going through the ups and downs and the type of seasons I had there, and then also dealing with the two past seasons I didn't play. I had a connection with Cleveland, and that's where my career started. But I had a sense that that was going to be my last year, and I'm definitely grateful for my time being able to get the second to the player I am. Not just physically, but mentally. To build my character. You lose for a long period of time. It takes you to your trials and tribulations, but at the end of it, you come out strong. And I'm just blessed to be able to now play Green Bay and understand how it feels to lose. Also, what type of teammates you want into a game with, because you're gonna keep fighting regardless. So I think that just shaped my mind and my mentality. Now I'm very appreciative of being Green Bay. I'm really working harder just because I know what it felt like to be on the other side. Going to the program in Green Bay, it's exciting for me. Also being able to reconnect with the guy who drafted me, was my commitment. So also I wanted to chip on my shoulder that I did have a connection. And business is a business, and so no hard feelings to it. But at the end of the day, you get released, and still put yourself happy. So period
Hey, Christian, could you maybe try just to move the phone a little bit closer to you? It's a little bit hard to hear you. Just that might help a little bit. Appreciate it. If Jason Wilde, you can go ahead.
Hi, Christian. Thanks for doing this, man. We appreciate it. I'm wondering how many of your teammates you've actually met in person at this point, and just what it's like to join a team where you don't have an off season with them at all, and you're basically just see them on Zoom calls like we're seeing you right now.
Yeah, so I met some of the guys already before. Like I met David Bakhtiari. I met him a couple of times with his former teammate Micah Hyde, former teammate of mine in Iowa. So I met him in person, and I also met Preston Smith in person as well. So those are some of the guys that are the leaders on that team. And just having the Zoom meetings, it's going pretty well because you can still sense people's personality and just have those in-depth conversations. And you don't have to be in person now because of the technology today. So you kind of feel like I've been knowing people for a while. Also, like I mentioned before, Coach Mike Pettin, when I went on my business in Green Bay, I just felt right at home because I already had that relationship with him. And the Green Bay field kind of took me back to the Iowa field, and how the fans are super engaged with the players in the town. It just takes me right back to college. So the Zoom session has been nothing but great, and I'm just hoping that we can get back to the facility where I can get that in person.
Rob Domofsky, go ahead.
Hey, Christian, how you doing? Thanks for doing this. I'm curious, what do you think you can bring to this defense that maybe Blake Martinez didn't in that position?
Well, just watching Blake and seeing how he plays, I think he plays the game of football at a high level. I think what he did at Green Bay definitely was good for the organization. Obviously, you can see that he was top 5, for a years playing there, so he's definitely a good player. But for me, what I bring to the table, I would like to bring just versatility to the defense. Whether it's in the pass game or the run game, playing that wheel position in Cleveland. I traveled a lot. I played all in space for the majority of the time, so I think I bring a little bit of versatility to where I can maybe match on a tight end. You don't have to necessarily bring another linebacker on the field. So I just bring different things like that. Also can put my nose in the run as well, and I bring a lot of leadership to the team. I've seen a lot. I played in different schemes. I think I played in 4 different schemes in 6 years. So that goes to show you that I've pretty much seen it all. So I'm definitely bringing that leadership to those younger guys and help them improve their game.
Mike Spofford, go ahead.
Yeah, Christian, thanks for the time. You talk about all the different schemes that you've been in. I'm curious, with Coach Pettin, being back with him, what is most like riding a bike in terms of getting back into his defense? And assuming it's not exactly the same as it was before, what adjustments so far have you had to make to maybe some things that are new?
Honestly, as soon as I opened the playbook, man, I was so familiar with it. His defense, as a rookie, and my second year, I was stuck in his defense, and the only difference is a little bit of the terminology. And of course, you got to change the terminology here and there because coaches change teams, players change teams all the time. So you got to change the terminology so they won't get an edge on you. So that's really the only thing that's different. Everything else is pretty much familiar, and now just going over things, cleaning it up, and obviously the little tweaks here and there after just to, but for the most part, I'm getting it. I get the ground running. My coach is, a teacher, so he really dumped it down to where you understand it real clear. So I'm enjoying this time of learning the playbook. And also, like I said, when you play 6 years and go through all these different defenses, it's all really the same concept. Either gonna play a base cover 3, a base cover 2, sprinkle a little bit of man here. Don't need to be a fire zone team or not. So I'm pretty much seeing everything. Same as in the second one.
Bill Huber, go ahead.
Hey, Christian, thanks for the time. We appreciate it. Do you get a sense that there's a lot on your plate this season? I mean, look at the other guys in the inside linebacker, and there's not a lot of experience there. I mean, you are the guy,
Right. I don't look at it as a lot on my plate. I don't believe in putting pressure on myself. I just go out there and play the game that I know and play the way I know to play it. And that's why Coach Pettin brought me in. He knows what type of guy I am on and off the field. And I'm gonna be me. And that's how I've been my whole career. Just be myself, go out there and play hard, play for my teammates, be a leader. So I don't really sense no pressure or it's a lot on my plate. But being experienced more than those guys in the league in that room, I have to just do what I do, and that's go out there and ball. That's all I'm worried about.
Ross Uglum, go ahead.
Christian, appreciate the time. Thanks for doing this. You are now kind of the de facto leader of a really young group of linebackers. What are your immediate kind of impressions of these kids as far as, Kamal or Ty or Curtis or even OB?
Well, those guys are smart, and I can see why, Green Bay brought them in. Just having conversations with them, you can say they have a high IQ of football. They're guys that's willing to do everything, and they have a high motive. Just watching film, our coach made a cut of things that we may needed to improve on last year, and just watching, they're able to tape, they can ball. I believe that they're the type of players that they can play right field or wherever you need to play. They're athletic, so I'm excited to see where we are when it comes to our training camp and get given a chance to come together and actually see each other on the physical side and how each other move. I'm excited to see that.
Olivia Reiner, go ahead.
Hi, Christian. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us today. Earlier today, the Players Coalition put out a letter that you signed among a lot of other players supporting a bill to end qualified immunity for police officers. Why was that important for you to be a part of?
It's kind of, a touchy subject right now. It's kind of sensitive right now. I don't want to speak on all of that. I kind of gear towards football for me right now.
Ryan Wood, go ahead.
Hey, Christian, welcome to Green Bay. It's good to see you. I know it's still really early in the offseason and getting acclimated with this defense, but one of the things that Blake did do for this defense was wear the communications helmet. With your familiarity with the system, is that something that you see yourself being able to, as far as a role on this defense, be able to wear that helmet and to be arranging things and responsibilities for the snap?
Yeah, I had the green dot for a couple of years, and being in the position of a leadership role, I have no problem with getting the calls, getting guys lined up, doing the ins and outs of that. So I'm excited. Like I said, I played well my whole career in Cleveland, but it was times where maybe the younger guy was in. My coach felt comfortable with me, getting guys lined up and adjusted. So I'm excited, man. I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, I'm going to take on that role. And I'm taking on with pride and see where we go.
Lance Allen, go ahead.
Christian, thanks for taking the time today. And I like the scenery. It's like I'm watching a movie where the car keeps going around and you see different parts of the city you're in. It's kind of cool. Very simple question. How do you how do you cure what ails the Packers run defense? How do you feel like you could be the key to solving that issue and that problem?
And, just looking back at previous film, it's a lot of great guys in that room. And I just think that, some teams just executed, maybe a tad bit more in those games where, some runs broke out. And, I think we have a group of guys on this defense that can stop them, And for me, just coming on the team, I just want to make sure I come with the experience that I have and make sure it's sound, And with a young defense, with a young linebacker forward, I just want to help polish, I wouldn't say the mistakes, but just help polish things that maybe need a little bit of help. And that's where I come in at. I just want to buy into the team and let the team accept me. And I have to check myself to do everything right as well. So I just want to lead by example and show some of the younger guys. We have to hold each other accountable. If you're going to be in this gap, stay in this gap. If we want you to be, over here, I expect you to be over there. And that's what it all boils down to when it comes to stop and run. Because holding your teammates accountable, you got to do your job. So I just want to come in and be that leader, be that vocal guy, and be that guy to lead by example and say, stopping and running is all attitude. So I'm looking forward to it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And being on these Zoom calls, I can just tell this is a family-oriented team. And, the guys going to trust each other. So I know we're going to get the job done and stop and run this year.
Chris Roth, go ahead.
Hey, Christian, nice to see you. Thanks for doing this. Welcome to Green Bay. I feel like you might break out some car karaoke here as well. You talk about being a leader and being a vocal leader. You're joining a group that has a lot of personalities already on it. You have a reputation as being a leader and a locker room guy. How do you fit in when you haven't had a chance to be around a lot of these guys? And how do you go about becoming a leader when there's already a Z, a Preston, and big personalities on that group?
I think when it comes to leadership and, other leaders, as a leader, you can tell when another guy is going to be, a perfect match for the team. All I'm doing is going into a locker room full of great guys, great players, and I'm simply going to be myself. I know that, Z Smith and, Preston are, the guys that's, been leading that defense. I'm just going to come in, I'm going to do my role and lead by example and, speak my mind and, respect the other leaders. And I think that's how you get accepted on a team is this guy works hard. This guy, he's not just talking about it, but he's actually doing it. He's having fun and showing his personality to be respectful for all the players that's in this locker room. That's something that I'm going to do. I'm going to show them that I'm a hard worker. Show them that I can lead by example and I can get things done. And that's when you start catching the eye of younger guys or even guys that's not in their leadership role that may be older than you. Catch people respect by the work that you put in. And that's day in and day out. And also the things that I do in the community, that shows the city that I'm committed to Green Bay. So that's all I'm going to be expected to do when I go in there is to be myself, and hopefully I get the respect from my teammates.
Aaron Nagler, go ahead.
Christian, one of the first things we heard from Blake when he signed with the Giants was how he felt underutilized at inside linebacker last year and how that position was really passive in Mike Pettine's defense. Have you found that to be the case in your limited time so far, learning Mike's or relearning Mike's defense? And have you talked to Pettine about possibly being a little bit more aggressive at the inside linebacker spot?
That's how Blake, felt. I'm not, sure exactly, what was going on, last year, because I wasn't there. But just looking at the playbook, I think it's plays out there for the Mike. I think it's plays out there for the linebacker position in general. And Blake maybe just wants to do a little bit more because he feels like he's capable of fitting in other plays. But as for me, I enjoy the position just playing in it my first 2 years. Seeing guys like Carlos Dansby, who was the veteran in my room when I was playing in my position, and I just saw the plays that he made. Guys like Fred Robertson, who I kind of shadowed when I was first in Cleveland, he was making plays as well. So I think it's plays that's out there to be made, and sometimes just being a playmaker, make plays that may not be expected to make, and you just have to take chances sometimes. But just looking at Blake's film, I thought that he was taking plays when they came his way. It showed. He was always in the top 5 exactly. So for him, he just probably has some other goals, and I'm not saying that the Mike position is the most glorified position, but if he feel like it was good place for him to make it, that's how he feels, and you got to respect it. And for me, I'm just going in and understanding that this is my job, and so they want me to do something, do it to the best of my ability.
Dennis Krause, go ahead.
Christian, I know you mentioned this is a touchy subject, so I want to go at it from a positive standpoint. Is this a unique time in this country and the NFL for real change?
Yes, I think it is. And, just as, teams in the NFL change every year, they're changing to get closer to their goal. And that's the same thing in the world. It's change that's happening in the world to make the world a better place and, to bring, love, peace, and joy. And that's what it's all about.
Stephanie Sutton, go ahead.
Hi, Christian. How are you? You're doing well. You sort of answered this question before, but I want to ask it again because you were kind of moving it in the car. What excites you most about coming to the team that made it to the NFC Championship game, and what excites you most about having Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback now?
It's my time of being in Cleveland. I mean, we all know let's not be blind to. We've always going in and out with quarterbacks, things like that, and looking back at Cleveland, I think Cleveland has found their quarterback in Baker. But me coming get to Green Bay and, actually seeing Aaron Rodgers, who's been there, who's done that, I was watching when I was a kid, and, him winning games and, winning the Super Bowl and going to the NFC Championship and, maybe it was a couple plays short of going to the Super Bowl again. I'm excited to be a part of that. I've never been a part of that in my 6 years in the league. I've never even had a winning season in my career, and just to, get on Zoom and be a part of a team meeting when you see a head coach come in there and say, we was, undefeated in our division and, we're going to be the 100 and things like that. I got excited, man. I was revved up because I've never been a part of that. And I'm just excited and we're trying to win it.
Got time for two more here. Jason Wilde, go ahead.
Christian, thanks again for doing this. I'm wondering what the last 2 years have been like for you and just how much they've sucked and how excited you are to be healthy and if there's anything good that comes through everything you went through the last 2 years with the injuries.
Yeah, my mind right now, I'm in a good headspace because I look at it as, going through those ups and downs and, going through the injuries, I could look at it and say that was one more year to maybe learn more mentally. That was one more year for me to, take a couple snaps off the load, and I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. So, me stepping away from the game physically from football, I have more time to, prepare myself to be a father, which I had my daughter in December, and things that I probably couldn't have done if I was playing. So I just think of, all the good that came out of, my injuries. And obviously it's sucked because I wanted to be out there and I wanted to play. And that's what I am. I'm a football player who loves the game of football. But, it wasn't God's plan for me to play last year. And when I look back at it, and I can say, if I would have did anything differently up to the point where, I got hurt, I would say no. I trained. I thought I was in the best shape of my life going into the season. It just was unfortunate with the injury that I had. But, it was something that I couldn't control. So, I'm excited that, I'm feeling good. My tech is back. And, I got cut and got, picked up by a great team. It didn't happen in a better way as far as almost feeling like a Cinderella story. I get hurt and next thing you know, I'm signing to deal with Green Bay Packers. And I'm excited about it.
All right, last question, Bill Huber, go ahead.
Thanks again, Christian. Piggybacking off what Jason just asked you, with a 2-year contract, do you see this as a way to reestablish yourself as a premier player to get yourself poised for a big deal here down the road? I'm sure you have teams.
Yes, individually, I want to get back to playing, great football. I think that, signing this 2-year deal and reestablishing myself and getting my name back out there and letting people know, Christian Kirksey is back. Christian Kirksey is a great linebacker in this league, and that's what I'm shooting for. And, like I said, I have an individual goal that I want to, achieve, and that's to be the best linebacker in the league. And for those who may have slept on me or said, oh, he's injury prone or he's not the same player as he used to be, I'm here to prove them wrong and to prove to myself that I still got what it takes to be one of the best linebackers in the league. So that's my individual chip that's on my shoulder. And I'm just, appreciative that Green Bay, took that chance on me and, still understand that I can play football. So I'm excited about it. I know it's all in God's plan. I know it's all in God's hand. And I'm a firm believer, like I said, that everything happens for a reason. So it's a reason why I'm in Green Bay. And, I'm just going to take it by full force and, go out there and hit the ground running.
Christian, I really appreciate your time today. Thanks a lot.
I appreciate you. Thank you.